A writer for People magazine is sharing his incredible personal story about adopting 4 children from Haiti in the aftermath of the devastating 2010 earthquake. Steve Helling was sent to Haiti on assignment just days after the 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck the island nation 5 years ago this month. He soon saw firsthand the catastrophic effects of the quake, including many children who were left without parents. And that moved him and his wife to open their hearts and home to 4 of those children, in addition to the 2 children they already had. Steve chronicles his family's journey in People magazine, and he joins me now. Happy New Year, Steve.
Thank you.
So talk a little bit about what you encountered when you arrived in Haiti after the earthquake and how that ultimately led you to make the decision to adopt.
Well, you know, I didn't even expect to adopt when I went to Haiti. It was just another assignment to me. And so I was there, and, you know, I was outside a crowded hospital that had collapsed, and I was watching amputations being done without anesthesia. And it was the most horrible thing I'd ever seen. And then I kept getting sent back again and again. My editors sent me back, and they sent me to a clinic during the cholera epidemic, and I saw 13 kids being left behind. And so it was at that point I called my wife and I said, you know, I wish there was something we could do. And she was quiet for a minute, and she said, well, there is. You know, we could adopt, and I've been looking into it, and this is how. And it was a very quick decision at that point that, yes, we're going to move forward. We're going to figure out a way to help.
Well, talk a little bit about the process, because one of the issues that happened, of course, after the earthquake were these separations of families where it wasn't clear whether some children actually were parentless, whether some children maybe were just separated. Talk a little bit about the process for you of ensuring that these children were indeed truly orphaned.
Right. Well, you know, obviously, you know, paperwork is kind of a funny thing in Haiti, and we wanted to make sure that, you know, that there was nothing else that could be done. You know, we found an agency that was able to work and to help us, you know, verify everything that we needed to verify, so that we were confident that we weren't just, you know, taking children that there were other options for them.
And talk a little bit about now the adjustment both for the children. First of all, how old were the children? How are they adjusting to life with your family, and how are your children adjusting to their 4 new siblings?
Well, right now what I tell people is my kids right now are 8, 7, 6, 6, 5, and 4. And, you know, it's amazing how seamless the adjustment has been in the past few months. At first, there were a lot of bumps. At first, you know, everybody was a little bit shell-shocked by it. And the only ones that were not were my biological kids who never skipped a beat. But the rest of us, you know, had an adjustment period. There was some sadness on everybody's part, and just trying to figure out how it would work out. I personally went through a kind of a depression, and I gained a lot of weight. I couldn't get out of bed. It was just an exhausting time at first. And then all of a sudden, I would say 6 months in, things kind of got clearer and things got better. And the next thing you knew, you know, we were all feeling like a family, and we're making the distinction less and less who's adopted and who, you know, is biological. It almost doesn't come into play anymore.
Yeah, this was more than a 2-year process, and you talk about, I mean, the ups and downs of it. What has been sort of the most pleasantly surprising thing for you about the overall experience that you've had?
You know, I really thought about this as I was writing the piece, because I didn't write this piece for everybody to think, oh, you know, great, Steve is wonderful. Really, there's a need out there, and you know, that's the whole reason why we did this. And what I found is that when you fill a need, when you do what you think is right at the time, you know, unexpected things happen, unexpected generosity from people, unexpected understanding and compassion. And, you know, I've been really happy with the way our community, our neighborhood, everybody has rallied around our family and has helped us out. And I didn't expect that. I thought our social life would be over when we did this, and quite the opposite. You know, people have really stepped up for us.
Yeah, 6 children is a lot, so it's a lot no matter how the circumstances came to be. So a good man did a good thing, you and your family. So happy New Year, and thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Helling, thanks. All right. And